Well, good morning, good evening, whatever time it might be for you guys. I am Shady. You're in the zone. And let's just get with this. I told y'all we were going to start changing some stuff up. So this morning, if I can find this, you see, is that it? That's it. This morning, Fox came out with this brand new little news story. I'm just going to let this play and we'll talk about it as we go. Y'all hang on.
Listen to this. 7 states have been linked to dozens of recent cyber attacks, with one report indicating at least 12 states have been impacted. And the cybersecurity organization Tenable is saying the Iran-linked hacker group, the Cyber Avengers, was likely behind the attacks. Quote, "We listened or observed them," kind of declaring that they were going to start targeting U.S. water infrastructure in North America. "We started tracking activity back in April, right around the beginning of the Iran war."
So let's read this. "We listened or observed them," kind of declaring that they were going to start targeting U.S. water infrastructure in North America. "We started tracking activity back in April, right around the beginning of the Iran war." So they've been tracking this since April. And this is just now coming out on the news. It just kind of makes you wonder, how many of these things have already been tried? How much are they testing our infrastructure right now? Let's continue for just a
Former Army's Special Forces officer and top Pentagon official Steve Bucci joins me now. Steve, should Americans expect our infrastructure, be it our water systems like mentioned here, or our energy grid and the like, to be under constant threat from our foreign adversaries?
Well, they already are under constant threat.
Folks, we have been under constant threat. Well, with Iran, we have been under constant threat since, I don't know, 1979, 1980, when this whole thing started. We have been under a constant threat. And we're not even getting into sleeper cells right now or anything right now. I mean, this is This is cyber attacks that we're looking at right now. But I digress. Let's continue.
And have been for a long time. Whether or not they get through and do interventions as these recently occurred, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we can stop them. But
there you go. There's a lot of wait and sees, and hopefully we can stop them. What does that tell you about what's going on? What does that tell you about the state that we're in protecting our grid and our infrastructure?
The threat has been there and will continue to be there.
Do you think it's just a matter of time for one of these attempts to really succeed and cause untold chaos in whatever system it impacts?
Well, hopefully not. One of the good things about our system is it's very diverse. It's not one system that all uses exactly the same setup. States are different, counties are different, even municipalities are different with all of our utilities, electric, water, all that stuff. That gives us a bit of protection that having a unified system, once they get through, they're in and they've got the keys to the kingdom. We've got a little more protection because they got to figure out a way to get into every one. So we'll have to wait and see where this goes as we move forward.
That's a fair point.
And there we go again with a whole lot of hope and a whole lot of, we're just going to have to wait and see. In other words, we don't have anything in place to protect our infrastructure. We don't have anything in place to protect our water supplies.
Point. Diversification is, I would say, to your point, step one. But are we doing enough individually in these systems to fortify them? Or are we kind of hoping that that diversification really holds the line?
Well, in a lot of cases, the locals who really own these facilities, even if you're just talking at the state level, are depending on federal agencies like CISA inside the Department of Homeland Security to protect them. That's not enough. The federal level needs to be working all the time, but the locals need to do the investment and take the steps to make sure that their own people haven't opened up gaps as well. That's where I think we're a little weak right now.
Okay, you study this stuff. You're in this. Where do you think we're the most vulnerable?
Where do you think we're the most vulnerable? He really asked that question. I don't exactly know who this reporter is because, to be honest with y'all, I don't watch Fox News a whole lot, but I don't really know who this reporter is. But he sounds an awful lot like some of the mainstream media that are constantly asking Trump, well, where are you going to attack Iran next? When are you going to attack Iran next? This has got to be one of the dumbest questions that anybody in media can ask any kind of public official on strategies, on protection, on anything like that. I don't know, folks. This when I hear those kind of questions, it just makes me. I kind of sit back and just go, really, you really just asked this person that question? Oh,
Oh wow, it's really hard to say. It's everywhere. There are possibilities. We've got to do a better job at educating both the people in these facilities and companies and individuals. Uh, but if we don't do it well all the time, the bad guys can get in. It's a lot easier to attack these things than it is to protect them.
you think?
On an individual basis, you mentioned individual. Do we need to be prepared, like in our own homes? Should we have a backup water supply, backup energy supplies, things like that?
That stuff is why.
Duh. Why not? I mean, if you're out there right now, and we've been, myself, preppers, creators, we've been telling you this stuff for years now. If you don't have, at a bare minimum, 2 weeks worth of food and water put up, and I don't care what it's for. I don't care if it's for a natural disaster. I don't care if it's for a cyber attack. I don't care if it's for World War III. If you don't have at least 2 weeks worth of food and water set aside somewhere in your house, then I seriously think you need to stop for just a minute, take a look around you at the world that and the condition that the world is in right now. But yeah, okay, why not?
All the time, whether it's a cyber event or a weather event, any of those things could provide that. You don't have to go full prepper on these things, but having some extra cases of water, some things like that, and batteries, power bank for your phones, those things are all wise to have in anybody's home.
And that's the basic minimum, folks. He's talking about things that you would have laying around your house, put up in a pantry, put up in a tote somewhere, just to get you through. A bare minimum. And I know for most of you guys, I'm preaching to the choir right now, but there's a lot of people out there that go, okay, as long as I got just a little bit to get me through, I'll be okay. You don't know how long anything like this will last. Let's finish this up.
Not a bad idea. Steve Bucci, thanks for your insight. Really important stuff we all have to pay attention to. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that was Steve Bucci and some Fox reporter asking him a bunch of dumb questions about something very, very serious. Folks, it's like I said a while ago. They've been tracking this stuff since the war with Iran broke out back in April. And we don't know how many of these things that they have actually stopped. And these were just cyber attacks. These were just people sitting somewhere in a room clicking on a computer and trying to get into our water systems. We don't know, and we're going to go into this in another video coming up, but we don't know how many sleeper cells are present in the United States right now. But this is just some food for thought. I mean, this was important enough that at least they aired it. And they said, I think, what was it, 7 states had been attacked, and it had affected 12. That was one. That was one little attack. And they are going to test us. They're going to test our defenses. They're going to poke at us until they figure out a way. I mean, he was talking about all this diversity, and that was what was keeping us safe. That won't last forever. I can guarantee that, because all you need is one opening. All you need is one opening. And there has to be something that all these systems that he's talking about have got in common. So, my advice to you folks is the same thing that I've been telling you for years and years and years. Start putting up some food. Start putting up some water. Have it in a nice, safe place. Have yourself a nice, safe place, and have the means to protect that nice, safe place. Look, till the next time, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. God bless every single one of you. And of course, always stay shady.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these shields, boys!